Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. Well guys, today is the day. The devs have dropped the November dev blog, and with it we got some exciting news, as well as the next roadmap for the first half of 2023. So let's get into it and see what they have in store for us over the next few months. First, I would like to just say I really like this dev blog a ton more than usual. This one was a lot more relaxed, showing outtakes, cracking jokes, and the best part, it wasn't 2 hours long. It was just a nice short chat about what's coming. So the first thing they talked about was the winter convergence of 2022. We can expect this to hit live in the next couple of weeks. If you guys didn't play last year at this time, let me just start by saying this was the best event in my opinion New World has ever had. It had different things you could do, quests, collecting the meteors, killing the yetis. It was just an all-around fun event. And the decorations around the settlements really gave the game a nice feeling during the holidays. Well, this year, expect all of that again, except they're adding a few new things. There will be a new world boss, a new quest associated with it, the Winter Warrior. This guy will be big and dangerous and spawn around Eternum, much like the Halloween event boss, and he will have ads, basically the same deal as Halloween, but with the new winter-themed rewards. There will also be new quests associated with killing it. I'm excited to see if they will continue with last year's theme and give us a bunch of new home decor and skins. I love the skins. One thing a bit silly with this year's event is they chose the same style of settlement decor on Brimstone. So yeah, a desert. It's burning hot, but in town you're in a snow globe sort of situation. But anyway, not a huge deal. It's just for fun, right? The next thing they talked about was, of course, territory control. They're making 3 big changes in December in terms of wars and territory influence, and those are, of course, to eliminate shell companies. The first change will be an introduction of a company leave cooldown. This cooldown will last 72 hours, and during that time you can't participate in any activity associated with territory control, influence, wars, anything. So it will become more important for people to really think before leaving a company. The next big change will be to war roster limits. They will be implementing a new mercenary limit. They wanted mercenaries to still be a thing, to allow players to still participate and show support for their faction, or potentially show their ability to get recruited. But they wanted to limit it so it couldn't be exploited. So what they will be doing is setting the mercenary limit for a territory defense team to be 10, and the attacking teams will be set to 25 mercenary cap. So you see, companies will really need to have the members in order to hold or take territories now. And they are also introducing a daily war limit. The limit will be 1 attack and 1 defense per day, and this limit will be account-wide per world. So if you have multiple characters per server, you will still be locked on both. I know these changes will piss off some players out there, but I think it is a good step. It will allow more players and more companies to get on the map, and allow people to have access to a system that before was controlled by a very small group of players. They also emphasize that this is a December change only, not the end of changes. They will be watching territory control, wars, and all those systems closely, and will continue to make changes moving forward that will improve them. They also talked about how they are changing crafting stations. What they are doing is making all procedural recipes not have a crafting station tier requirement. Stuff that has drop-down menus, you know. Well, my initial thought when I heard this a few months ago was exactly what they addressed in the video, so that's pretty awesome. Which was, of course, well, why would any company bother to spend coin to upgrade anything then? Well, there are still huge benefits to upgrading. You will, of course, still need high-tier stations for high-end specialty stuff, named items, and that kind of thing. But also, the higher tier stations will offer Azoth reductions in crafting cost, as well as the new territory control payout model, which is designed around the idea that the higher the settlement level, the more coin the controlling company gets in payout. So you'll still want to have those stations upgraded. Then they, of course, moved on to the other big problem recently in terms of territory control, and that is, of course, town boards. Since they changed town boards to basically give no reward for completion, they created a problem they didn't think of. No one's going to do them anymore. So how can you upgrade anything? Well, they are introducing a change in the next patch to solve that. They are reducing the amount of contribution needed for upgrades by 70 to 80%, so companies can get upgrades done much easier. However, they are not removing the daily time limit limitations, so it won't be some ridiculous overpowered thing where a huge company can just upgrade an entire settlement to tier 5 overnight. And finally, the roadmap, the thing we have all been waiting for. So this roadmap only covers the spring and summer of 2023, but there's some pretty exciting stuff on it. So for spring 2023, they have for us the Empyrean Forge Expedition. This will be a new expedition that is part 1 of 2 in a new storyline. And I am excited to say, an endgame storyline focused on the Vengarians. This one will be very interesting gear-wise, because it is an expedition entirely focused around humanoid enemies, so there won't be any wards to wear. They are also bringing in gear set loadouts in the spring of 2023. Man, that will be amazing, completely game-changing. And also a new event in the Spring Bloom event. They didn't tell us a whole lot about it, other than we need to collect flowers guarded by bugs, so in order to do it, we will need repellent. Then we turn the flowers in for tokens, and buy the standard skins, patterns, and stuff we get during events. And of course, huge MSQ improvements. This one I am very excited about. They are starting moving through the MSQ, applying the same sort of improvements we saw in the new player experience, but this time to Weavers and Brightwood. They are moving the quests closer together, adding new world bosses and encounters, better storytelling, new cutscenes, everything. I'm happy to see it's making its way through the whole level experience. Then for the summer of 2023, they have for us Transmog finally. It will be a long wait till summer, but man am I excited for this one. I'll be going out and gathering all sorts of gear that has cool skins, and we'll even be able to dye it. And in summer we will be finally getting raid groups. These will be 20-man groups consisting of 4 standard groups of 5. Now, why will we be getting raid groups in summer? Well, because they are also releasing the new raid encounter, the Sandworm Elite Trial. They plan to make it so difficult that very few will successfully be able to do it until they are min-max for it and know all of the mechanics. They also are introducing cross-world OPR in summer, so that will be amazing to basically eliminate queues for OPR. And the nice thing is they plan to track it, and when it is polished and perfect, they are thinking of using the framework for expeditions and everything else. And of course the summer medley fair once again, which will be the same as it was last year, but better. But that's all they really said about it. So guys, that's the roadmap. Some pretty amazing stuff coming. No mention of mounts, as I'm sure many of you will say, but it is only the first half of 2023. And they also pointed out that this roadmap doesn't include everything coming, just the stuff they were ready to talk about today. So who knows what's in store in the future. Okay guys, well, let me know what you think in the comments. Is it enough to keep you playing, or will you come back for any of this stuff if you take a break? I love hearing all of your views on stuff like this. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.